This is your NBC Action News Station. It's 10 a.m. Time for your everyday getaway. Kansas City Live. Now, here are Meredith Haynes and Brett Anthony.
Wintertime brings a lot of sneezes and sniffles, but not because it's caused from a cold. It could be caused from the air you're breathing inside your house.
Don Derry with KC Waterproofing is here with tips on keeping good air quality inside your home. Good morning, Don.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
This could be the resolution for some people, is to get rid of their sneezes and sniffles that they have. Is it allergies that you're trying to control, or just overall annoyances?
Not really allergies, but just from having water in basements, having water inside your house can cause mold growth. And mold inside of a home, undetected, can cause wheezing, stuffy nose, aching, make people feel not so good. And that's what we're trying to prevent.
All right, you brought along a list of tips here, and the first one, it says seal foundation cracks.
Right, because foundation cracks are the biggest source for water leaks. And a lot of times those will go undetected. And a lot of people don't go down in the basements very often, so they could have a leak down there that goes undetected, creates mold, and then starts to give allergy symptoms.
Is this something we can do ourselves with just a little, like, some kind of a compound?
Like a caulking or something?
Well, you could, but if you want a permanent solution, you'd want to call a professional company to come out and do the repair for you, so you have a guarantee and don't have the water back in the foundation.
Oh, okay.
I think this was interesting because so many people like to spend time out in the yard. Landscape cautiously. What do we need to watch out for?
Well, it's not keeping water trapped next to the house, but allowing water to get away from the house, to drain properly. A lot of people will build the flower beds around the house and it looks very nice, but then you trap everything right next to it, causing foundation issues, which then cause water issues, which then cause poor indoor air quality.
All right, your third one is clean up water spills or leaks within 48 hours. We're not just talking about dumping over a glass.
No, because hopefully you'll get those soon.
Yeah.
But you know, when a basement floods, or you've had a lot of water in a basement, you want to get those areas dried up quickly, because the sooner you can dry it up, the less chance you have for mold growth and causing those problems inside the home.
Once you clean it up, does like a dehumidifier work? I know a lot of people who will put, if they've had a water, they try and dry even the air downstairs as well.
Dehumidifier you want to use, frequently, especially if you've had water in there. Then the dehumidifier is going to help pull the water out quickly, and because we want to keep that the relative humidity inside the house below that 60% level. Because when the relative humidity is below 60%, your potential for mold growth is much less.
Okay. You really do you want to think about just tearing up that carpet? I mean, is there a way to really get all that moisture out of there? So
if it's been wet just for a few minutes, or not very long, drying at one time is probably good. If it's been wet more than once, get rid of the carpet, get rid of the padding.
We're talking saturated. We're not talking.
Yeah, I'm not talking a spill on the floor.
We're talking like some
basement flooded, sewer backup or something like that. It's not worth the chance of having mold growing inside of a home, and not replacing it.
All right, clean and repair roof gutters regularly. I get the cleaning, the repairing, obviously, but I think just because you don't want the backup spilling over onto your ground, does that go into the foundation? Is that why?
Once again, I mean, a big cause for foundation leaks are improper working gutters.
You talked about our next one, direct water collection away from the home's foundation. So we'll move over to number 6, which is keep your ventilation and air conditioning drip pans clean and the drain lines obstructed.
Right. Well, once again, when you're running the air conditioner, you've got that hose that runs from the air conditioner and drains to the drain.
Or in this case, the heater.
Right, right. And if you're not keeping those things clean, keeping the dehumidifier pads changed, they can grow mold inside of those, and then it takes all that air, runs by that dehumidifier, that pad, and blows it through the rest of the house.
So some of these things are just like get checked, what, once a year, twice a year?
It is. You should check them at least once a year.
Okay.
And having an indoor air quality test is another good way to make sure that you don't have problems, because a lot of times you can't see the problems because they're behind walls. And so people really don't know they have a problem, but they don't feel good, but they feel much better when they leave the house, but they don't feel good when they come back home.
Okay.
And that's where we come into place, is we come in and test the air quality, and we can look for these things that we've talked about today to make sure that you're maintaining the house properly.
Moisture and water, not always your friend.
Yeah,
Don
Derry, thank you.
You have several more tips to share. We don't have time to get to those, so we're going to have a complete list on our website. Just go to NBCActionNews.com, click on Kansas City Live, and you'll find the other ones we didn't quite make it to today to see if maybe you're a candidate to get this checked out.
That's right.
All right, Don,
Happy
thanks
New
again.
Year.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you.